Good morning. I saw you, MDK. Good morning. Picture yourself in a boat on a river with tangerine trees and marmalade skies. Someone calls you, you answer quite slowly. The girl with kaleidoscope eyes. You bet you guys would rather someone else sing this. And marmalade sky. You could sing along if you want. A girl with kaleidoscope eyes. Incredibly high. In the sky with diamonds, Lucy in the sky with diamonds, with diamonds. Happy birthday, Ladran. Give Pop Prunes a call. Hold on. Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Oh, oh, oh. Hey. Happy birthday. In the sky. Happy birthday. La da 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 da. Sky. Oh! Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Happy birthday to Ladram. See if Pop Cruise comes by. We'll see. I don't know. He's always busy. In the sky with diamonds. Oh, 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 in the sky. Oh, diamonds. Lucy in the sky, sky, sky. sky with diamonds. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see if Pop Croons can drop by to say hi to Liddy Ladrand. Good morning, crew. Pop Croons a crew. So, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I'm going to give everybody here a chance. Okay, it's honor system. You guys are very good at honor system. I've noticed that about my friends. They're pretty good at the honor system. Okay? My friends are good at the honor system. So I'm going to ask a question. I'm actually going to make a statement. I'm going to make a statement. You're going to either say true or false. You can only answer one time. What this is going to do is it's going to separate us into two groups. We'll have the group that said true, and we're going to have the group that said false. One of those two groups will move forward to the next round. Do I have everybody's attention? Give me 5 people that said, yep, I'm attending attentively now. I can't tell by the amount of likes. There's like, on my screen, I have 3 likes. Okay, are you guys getting ready? So the only one that doesn't understand is the smartest guy in the room. Okay, here we go. I'm going to make a statement. You're going to tell me if it's true or if it's false. Scott Guthrie will know because he's attending attentively. Here we go. Is this a true statement or a false statement? Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds is based off of an LSD trip. True or false? Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds is based off of an LSD trip. True or false? The trues are going to get on one side of the room. The falses are going to get on the other side of the room. Okay. This is good. There's a lot of different answers here. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. We had to play the reggae version because the other versions are copyrighted. LQN. While we're true-falsing ourselves, LQN, we're in the middle of a game, but we still give you donuts. Now, here's a chocolate donut for you, my friend. Other people will be giving you chocolate donuts. Your first day here, we give you a lot of chocolate donuts. We ask you to take as many home as you want. We'll never do it again. You'll never get a chocolate donut from us again after the first day. Okay. Are you guys ready for the answer? The answer is false. Truesies, get out of the way. Falsies, anybody that said false is going to move forward. Listen. According to Lennon, the song's origin lie in a drawing his 3-year-old son Julian had created and brought home from school. The drawing was of his friend Lucy O'Donnell, who was floating in the sky surrounded by sparkling jewels and diamonds. Boop! So I would have been on the truthy side of the room. I thought it was. My whole life, everyone's told me, oh, LSD, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, LSD, Lucy. No, it's 3-year-old kids painting on your refrigerator. Right? It's your 3-year-old's deal. That makes, I like it better. Okay? Billy D, you did not tank it. I tanked that one. So, what do you think? Jolie, that's pretty darn sweet, isn't it? I want to see the picture. I'm going to go research later. I'm going to see, is there a picture out there of the picture? That'd be cool. Julian turned out to be pretty cool, didn't he? We like Julian over here. I honestly didn't know that one, Trippy Vicky. I did not know. I fell for it. My whole life, I've been LSD, yeah, Lucy in the Sky, of course. It's Oh, that's a cute story, and I'm glad. Okay, let's move to our next round. You ready? For those of you that were falsies, those of you that have no problem admitting, I'm a big falso. All right? If you can admit you're a falso, you're going to move on. You're moving on to this round. Wait for it. Now, this is interesting. Okay. Because we liked diamonds, Pops thought, hey, you know what I had to do? I had to go look up jewels and stuff, and I had to look up other stuff, and let me look up some stuff and stuff. I couldn't. So here's what we did. Okay, you ready? I looked up minerals this morning. Minerals are fascinating because some are valuable, some are rare, and some are more used than others. There's all kinds of different ways we classify our minerals. Most important to us on a daily basis, most valuable, rarest in the universe. There's all kinds of ways we could look at lists of minerals. But okay, falsies only. This is up to you guys now to use your honesty. Falsies only are going to move forward to this round. I'm going to show you a list of minerals. I'm going to show you a list. The first 3 falsies to pick the same mineral off the list that I did are moving forward to the final round. Okay? Are you guys ready? I know I'm dragging this one out, but it's a good prize. So I'm going to show you a list. I picked one off of this list. The first 3 people to pick the same one I did are going to move forward to the final spin round. Here's the list. Falsies only. Okay, here's the list. It's kind of hard to see, I bet. Zinc, lithium, gold, sulfur, potash, copper, iodine, iron ore, silver. Let's just say I picked it in that group. I picked it in this group. Go. Only answer once, please. Only answer once. You fast finger people can only answer once. Okay? I've got 2 people that have it correct so far. Okay? I have 2 people. That makes it 3. There's the answer. I picked potash. I picked potash off of this group right here. I picked potash. I only picked it for one reason. I like to say it. Yeah, I agree with you, Waz. If you have the fast fingers, how come you haven't pressed like? How come you can answer a contest answer 7 times, bing, 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 and you haven't hit a like button? Good one, Waz. Potash is the answer. Here's the first 3 people on my screen that I saw have potash as the answer. Okay? Hip Kitty. Hippie the kitty, kitty, pitty, kitty, meow is going to be number 1. Hip Kitty. Aaron Leister. Miss Aaron, you're number 2. Miss Aaron, you're number 2. And number 3, that turns out to be our good buddy MVP, Uncle Mike. Number 3. So those are going to be our first, those are going to be our 3. It's looking like that. Meow, hippie, meow, kitty cat. Hip Kitty won. Hip Kitty won. What'd you win, hippie? Well, for your kitty, this is what's in your kitty. We put in, let's start with your banana chips. We're making our banana chips 2 different ways now. Freeze dry, which take 30 hours. And we're also baking them. Coming up with a neat way to bake them. So we've got some, and sweetened, slightly sweetened. I might add, I should be selling these. So we're going to be sending you some banana chips to help do your digestive stuff. At the same time, we're going to be sending you some Mellow Yellows. The Mellow Yellows are half banana, freeze-dried and ground, and the other half Ghost. Okay? So that's a 50-50 cap. We're also going to be sending you these, and those, by the way, are 200 milligram. We're going to be sending you these 300 milligram, back of tin. And these are 100% Ghost. Pure Ghosty McWosties. Okay? We're going to send you those. And then we're also going to add one more little thing. It's about 2.5 grams of Ghost Crunchies. You'll want to do a final little clean on those, and then you can do anything fun that you want to do with those. Okay, Hippie, you little kitty, I need your address at the DetroitMushLab.net, and we'll get that sent out to you. I'm going to post this later today. Was that a good package? Hey, someone tell me that was a good package. Give me 5 people that said, Hip Kitty just got meow. A nice package. And then Kim, I don't think Kim's here. She would have reminded us to put some music on. Okay, that was a pretty awesome package for a middle of the week. They might get better. There's another one coming. I want to, let's talk. Let's learn. That's one I found out some of you guys like to learn here. Before we do that though, can I, because you know I'm not here usually right now on Mondays because Brock is doing the Monday show and he's really enjoying it. Thank you for being his friend and tuning in and participating. He gets off the show on Mondays and he's like on this little buzz. And he floats around the house for a while and bumblebees around and stuff. And I'm like, that is really cool to see people get naturally buzzed. Just from the presence of goodness and friends. It's really cool. But because I'm not here on Monday, I missed the chance to tell my fish stories. Give me 5 people that want to hear the fish story from Saturday. We went out fishing Saturday. We had a great day on the water. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Catherine. He's a goofball, though. I caught the biggest walleye I have caught. Well, certainly this year, but probably last year, too. My walleye was off the chain. And I could brag and stuff. I actually did pretty decent on Saturday. The usual best fisherman, of course, with our group is Kevin. I think Jeff may be equally as good a fisherman, but he spends so much time piloting the boat, getting us all on the fish, making sure that I'm set up, handling all the traffic. It's a busy days on the water. No, Gutty, we stayed as soon as we hit limit, we got off the water. We're allowed 6 each. So we got our 18 pretty decent, pretty quick. It was interesting to be out there live on Saturday. Gut pile, obviously. No, I don't think it was a 30-incher either, Gutty. It was probably about 27. Yeah, I wish. One of these days I'll hit a 30. See, Gutty knows about fishing, and especially walleye. It was fun to talk back and forth with him. He clearly knows what he is talking about. Well, as well as many of you. But I got to tell you the story. Who loves Kevin? Give me 5 people that love Kevin. I count for 2, so I only need 3 more. No, give me a bunch of people that love Kevin. Some of you have met him in person, and others just have seen him and know the goodness that he is on our boat. Some of us have looked for him and never been able to find him. He's that guy, I tell him all the time when I see him. I go, what you remind me of is the guy on, what was that Tool Time show? with Tim Allen, where the guy was on the other side of the fence and nobody actually ever saw him, but you knew he was the neighbor. What was the neighbor's name? MVP, you be quiet. I bet he MVP, you be quiet. Well, Wilson. Wilson, that was the neighbor. Kevin is Wilson for you guys. Okay? He's like your Wilson. And he's one heck of a good fisherman. Here's what happens. Jeff goes out there and loves to be the captain, loves to be on the water, loves to help people. Jeff loves to fish, but he likes to help people fish. That's his soul, you could tell. His mission is like make sure everybody on the boat's catching fish, and he's very centered on everybody else on the boat. Me on the back of the boat, I'm like, my mission is just cover yourself, man. Make sure you get yours. Like, I'm very selfish. Like at the back, I'm not paying attention to what anyone else is doing. I'm concentrating. I don't want to get be the guy with the least. I get competitive in my head. So I'm Mr. Kevin. Kevin doesn't have a life. Like you and me. And Jeff. Kevin doesn't have a life. Kevin either is fishing, or he's hunting, or he's planning on fishing and hunting. He has a separate bedroom in his house that he stages his gear at because he knows he's going fishing. Cleans his reels, resets all his and it's all staged in the room like a couple of days before he goes fishing. He has the best life. He says it's true. All he has to worry about is fishing, but it makes him sort of slot-eyed, okay? Jeff knows it's true. He literally, it's all he talks about. It's all he watches on TV. I went over there recently. Let's watch, maybe a football game or something. He has every Michigan Outdoor, all Wicked Tunas, all of this stuff saved up on his machine. Nothing else. I'm like, hey, do you have anything like 90 Day Fiance or something like that on there? What? What is that? Yeah, do you have anything like, Price is Right? What is that? Game shows. No. Jeff, he has no one to tell him no. So this is Kevin. He loves to fish, and his whole week, just like mine, but I have other things like you guys and other stuff to do. His whole week is set on going fishing. Polishes his fishing rods, I think. Oils his reels. I mean, this stuff is just like, everything you get. I'm not kidding. And I love him for it because I, get to take advantage of all this knowledge and experience and everything. CCS, don't be Jesus Christ right now, okay? Anyways, long story short, longer. Kevin is really into fishing, and it's a big deal to him. It's probably a bigger deal than any of the rest of us. Takes it really personal. So that's, one of the messages. Don't take things personal. So we're fishing early. We haven't gotten too far into the morning. We have maybe 2 or 3 fish in the locker. Kevin's usually every morning, what he does is he'll fish and fish, change lures, change, do things. He's scouting around, and he's figuring out what's the best lure for what are the fish hitting today. And he's really good at it, and he figures it out super fast, and then he shares that knowledge with everyone else on the boat. So we'll all change and be having gear that'll help us catch fish that day. Fish are funny because they change their mind every day. This day they'll like the blue one, and this day they'll like the chartreuse one. And this day, I'd like a red striped one, please. I don't want that blue one, and that was yesterday's food. Ew. So you have to always figure it out. Well, Kevin's that guy. So Kevin's finally figured it out. He's got the right color on everything. And I don't know what happened, but he got his line twisted around the top eyelet on his rod, and he was trying to unhook that, and a wave comes along just about that same time. And I think he's about to lose his balance, but I don't know exactly how it happened, but snapped off the tip of his rod. Top 8 inches of his rod. Now, Kevin takes that personal. That snapped it off. Boom. Now, meanwhile, the line was down in the water with the bait and everything on it. It's down there, but he's not. This is what happened. I've never seen anybody do this before, especially Kevin. He's the most mild-mannered, most even-tempered, sweetest human being I've ever seen in my whole life besides Jeff. He takes his rod, fishing rod, and he throws it down on the deck of the boat, and he stomps on it, and he's now makes it a 3-piece rod. This is, that's one of the shattered tips right there, okay? This is the 3 pieces. This was the original broke. Right here was connected to here. That's where the heel hit. Shatter McWatter McBobo, okay? He forgot his glasses, so he was upset he couldn't see what his... I didn't know that part, Jeff. Okay? So here he is. No! He lost his temper like no other, okay? And now the second he's done it, you can tell. Oh, God. Of course I saved this picture. He will never live this down. Okay? Snappy McWappy. There it is. Boom! Now he's looking down and he's like, you know, he's over it. The second he snapped it, he's over it. It's like poof. Now he wants to go back to being Sweet Kevin. Meanwhile, here's the kicker. Meanwhile, no, Frias is hilarious. Meanwhile, Jeff, after seeing 3-piece laying on the deck of the boat, Jeff's not the guy that's like, oh, what an idiot. Like, Jeff's not the guy that, what are you doing, pal? Jeff's not the guy that's going to say anything except something super kind. Meanwhile, I'm in the back going, oh my God, was that Kevin? Wilson, what did you just do? Right? And Jeff goes, well, let me start pulling in your harness, the bait end of the line. Jeff reaches over and he starts pulling on the line. And he turns up and he looks at Kevin, 3-piece Kevin. He looks up and he goes, I think there's something on your line, bro. Pull, hand pull it in, hand pull it, hand pull, hand pull. Walleye that big. Flopping up. Hey, man, would you guys pull me in? I don't care how you do it, man. Would you please pull me in? This sucks, man. You've been dragging me for a while. We've been dragging this thing while we looked at it because they couldn't reel it. It was all broken. He catches a fish on a broken 3-piece rod. It was... So, oh my God, so the fish was just like Jeff goes, there was like a big red patch on it, right? This is a true story. There's a big red patch on the underside of the fish, right? And Jeff just slowly looks at me and goes, you see that little red patch right there on the fish? I go, yeah, what is that? He goes, that's where it was dragging on the bottom. Oh, I'm sorry, fish. Kevin, Kevin came out of it smelling like a rose. Came out of it smelling like a rose. Okay. Wait, no, wait. One more second. So don't think Pops doesn't have a little bit. That's a great. I can't believe that fish. That's a real fish story. Kevin caught not the biggest, because I caught the biggest that day, I think. But it was a nice sized fish. And it was me. I'd have just cut the line, man. We got a broken rod here. Boom, cut the line. Jeff's like, hey, wait a minute. Hand lined it in. So Pops has a jerk streak to him. You all know that. So when I show up on Saturday to go fishing, guess what I'm bringing? Kevin? A Cabela's gift card. Bro. I didn't happen to get you Kevin, you might have, you could drop by Cabela's and pick something up. Kevin never takes gifts. He doesn't take it. He won't take any money for gas. He won't, nothing. He's always paying for bait. He's like, no, bro, you're getting it. I'm going to have to leave it in your ashtray. I don't care. I told him that, Sharon. I said, let's just duct tape it together. Oh, Slingy, this is completely a nice gift, but it's pure salt. It's like double entente gift, all right? It's double entente. It's like, that's pure salt here. What a lovely gift I'm giving you, my friend. Oh, it's greedy, like turn it into an ice fishing pole. Give me 10 people that think that was a good story. That was our story that was our fish story for the week. We try to come up with something funny every week, but it's not ever going to always be that good. Okay. Kevin never loses his temper. And snapperoo, double snap, and then beep, 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 boop, boop. And we will be gentlemen. We will be gentlemen. I promise, Jeff. Captain Jeff. After I give him this, I won't mention it again this season. I'll do my best. Okay, let's talk. We still have another giveaway, but I wanted to talk about this for the next couple of days. Okay? I got a message from a friend of mine. And I got a message from a friend of mine, and he was basically saying, and I had a couple of really neat messages this weekend, but this particular one was saying, well, let me read it. If you don't mind. It says, I took one of, and this, I'm not telling you this for a commercial. It was when I was received, I got this message and another one this week. And he was talking about how he had taken the same amount of fruit today as he did the day before, dosed and everything, equal amounts, and he had two completely different experiences. And same fruit, same strain, everything. I said, hey, Pops, why would that be? Then this guy writes to me, this is another kind of a side note too. I took one of your microdoses this morning. That specific one kicked me in my ass. They're usually just perfect. This one caught me with the left hook. Man, if we're scientists, and we're scientists, right? in clinical settings and stuff, we're supposed to probably get pretty much the same balanced reaction every time. I would argue we probably do physically. I would argue we probably do physically. But we need to talk about this. We need to talk about, and in the terms of being responsible again, educating ourselves and educating those people that we'll work with. That's a big part of it right there, Ego. I agree with you. You may have just ate a big heavy meal and not digested it all the way. You may be on a completely empty stomach. You may have also took a glass of orange juice and you didn't really add that into what you told me what happened. And but that's the self-experimentation part that I invite you to do, but in a responsible way. Because we've all agreed that we can do mushrooms, psilocybin, irresponsibly. We all agree with that, don't we? I am a personal example of that a few weeks ago. But it's good because you learn it. You're like, ooh, that's not something I want to do again. That's too far, too hard, too fast, too irresponsible. I wasn't myself. That's too far from Pops. I don't enjoy that kind of surfing. So just remember that. Remember that you can go too far, too fast, too hard, and you can be irresponsible with it. With this beautiful, sacred thing that we work with. I love to work with microdoses in general, offer microdoses in general, because I know that you're getting a good, balanced approach to your medicating. Even if I'm to offer you 2 fruits, this one today and this one tomorrow, and they weigh the same exact amount, 2 fruits, you're actually getting one's going to have a little more psilocybin than the other. Just by mathematics, even if it's a percentage point, it will. They're like fingerprints on the planet. They're no two are equal. Why would they be? We're not equal. Why would any mushrooms be equal to each other? They'll be close. You don't know where the psilocybin is on distributed along the fruit either, in the tissues of the fruit. That's right, Jeff. It's simple math. So, I used to hear this term all the time. Oh, there is a beauty in it, mycology, but it's not if you're medicating. If it's just, I want to see how far, like, is this going to be a bigger or harder trip than the last one? That's not what we're talking about. That's good, Kimberly. Each fruit has something different to tell you. Where's it telling it to you? Where's it telling it to you? When you're driving a school bus full of children? When you're piloting a small plane? When you're the conductor on the train? Is those times we should be having macro and hero doses? Is that the proper set and setting? No. Of course not. So we should be measuring everything we do by our proper set and setting. My microdosing in the mornings are very proper. It's like empty stomach, boom, I take one. I take a little glass of apple or orange juice, and I'm in my same setting every morning. When I go fishing in the morning, I don't dose. That's one of my days off. It's a different setting. Not that it's bad. I would do something different out there. I'd maybe take 2 or 3. I'd tell Jeff, hey, watch me. I did a little something here. That would be responsible. Let my friend know. I'm in his boat. If my set and setting changes, I should do something. I should explain it to the people I'm with. There's nothing to be ashamed of. This is what just watch, just be my pal, guide. Set and setting are so huge in what we do. So huge. And yet we kind of forget that part. We play fast and loose with this stuff. Is that a true statement or not? Do some of us play fast and loose with it? Looser than maybe we should. Not that what we're doing is wrong, but are we concentrated on what we're doing? Why we're doing it? What we're gaining from it? Or is this just a new beer for the evening? Let's not. Let's evaluate it. Let's use it with the value that it brings to us in responsible ways. Set and setting. What does that mean? We say it, it's bro science to us. Set and setting. Set and setting. As long as you use the proper set and setting. What is that? Do we want to talk about it? Or is this a subject that's boring to you? Should we investigate this? Should we talk and make sure that we understand? There's even a history to set and setting. Who started it? Who came up with the concept? Is it important in therapy? I like all your answers right now. I spent some time this weekend researching set and setting. You know who's one of the big proponents of set and setting? Historically, 1964, Dr. Timothy Leary. We think he's this big acid trip freako guy. He really wasn't. He was just saying stuff people didn't want to hear yet. Then he did what unfortunately happens. Everyone's focused on you. You start thinking it's about you. I told you this story a few times about Lucifer up in the heaven. The God of the angel of light, the angel of music, everybody praising. He thought it was about him. After a while, Leary started thinking that the whole acid generation was about him. And his ego freaked out. The exact opposite of why we're doing this. Set and setting. Let's talk about it. Set and setting, when referring to a psychedelic drug experience or the use of other psychoactive substances, means one's mindset. That's what the word set is in set and setting. It means mindset and setting. It's going to be our physical location. Set, mindset. Setting, location. Don't forget that. Because it rolls off our tongue so easy. Set and setting. We're talking about where's your mind at? Before you medicate yourself. I might think, this is just a wild thought, we'll read some more here. If I'm in the middle of a crying jag, I just can't stop. I'm hysterically crying. I haven't done this before, but I'm just thinking. I'm hysterically crying. And I'm alone in a house and I'm terrorized. I wonder, I just feel like if I took a gram of mushrooms, it wouldn't help. I'd probably cry for longer and be more terrorized. I don't know that for a fact. But I feel that because it's never happened. But it only makes sense in my brain, so I wouldn't do it. I'm not even going to do it. That doesn't calculate that I would get better for doing a gram of mushrooms in the middle of a hysterical crying jag. There's probably a better mindset for me to be doing it. So it means one's mindset. And setting means one's physical and, listen to this, social environment. Where you are physically, but also who you're with. Another example, my ex-wife, the Holy One, that floated around the house, that thought taking one hit off of a joint was going to ruin someone's life. I would choose not to take a gram of psychoactive substances around her. Oh my God. What a hellhole that house would be like. Definitely not around her. Hey, honey, I know you hate drugs and everything, but I'm going to go ahead and take I'm just going to pop a gram of mushrooms right here in front of you. How we doing, babe? That wouldn't have been a very good idea to do it with that person. So your social environment's super important. It's one of the reasons that mush fests are so good. Why I overdid it at a mush fest. I didn't really realize it, but that I was there and I was in a set mindset and a setting that I could cut loose. I had plenty of people around me that were right there. The biggest person around when I kind of lost it emotionally was Free, the Ancient One. The guide. He was my hand. He guided me. I wouldn't have done what I did if I wasn't at a situation like that. I don't sit at my house and take gram after gram after gram of mushroom and drink a 12-pack. I don't do that. That's not a good mindset and a good setting. But if Free's around, if Free's around, I know, Sandy, I still am learning to handle it, you're right. And skip the 12-pack completely. That wasn't a good idea for setting. Set and setting factors are factors that can condition the effects. I know Free literally, Free, you don't understand, he just pops. He pulled out all his wisdoms and stuff, and I'm like, okay, I can go to bed now. Okay? Thank you, Swingy. Woo! I had such a good time at the end of the day. Set and settings are factors that can condition the effect of the psychoactive substances. Our mindset and our setting literally change the impact or the effect of that substance that you've ingested. So, let's do a little bit of this, okay? According to the 2018 book, How to Change Your Mind by Michael Pollan, phenomenal book. We have it here. I have not completed it, but I get to it often. and he also has there's a movie. According to Michael Pollan, the concept of set and setting was observed by the Johnny Appleseed of LSD, Al Hubbard. One of the very, very founders of the concept of LSD as a therapeutic use was a gentleman by the name of Al Hubbard. Al Hubbard, in 1958, coined the phrase. Listen. Al Hubbard, visiting mushroom ceremonies in Mexico, coined the term. It was used as early as 1958 by Ludwig von Betterflany, and then it was popularized by Timothy Leary in 1961, and it became the widely accepted by researchers in psychedelic therapy. Norman Zinberg has extensively discussed this in his book, Drug Set and Setting, The Basis for Controlled Intoxicant Use. Due to the importance of setting in early psychedelic therapy, Hubbard introduced a treatment space decorated to feel more like a home than a hospital. It came to be known as the Hubbard Room. There's a college, Occidental, what is it? Drawing a blank, in England right now. They're doing therapy rooms, psychoactive therapy rooms. It's not Oxford, I forget who it is. I'll have to look it up again. They show pictures of the rooms. It reminds me of, who would be very comfortable in these rooms? What was his name? The spy guy that Mike Myers? Austin Powers. They're like Austin Power rooms. Lava lamps. Like, who decides what the decor of a Hubbard room is going to look like? Who decides? I guess you. Like, what's cool for you? What would make your right setting room? Note to self, Adrian says, create a Hubbard room. Right? What is it? Yeah, baby. $1 million. Who decides? I could have a bunch of different theme ones. I want an African one for this trip, African theme room. I'd like a New Mexico, like cliff dwellers, Indian cliff dweller room. I would like a room that I felt like I was on the top of Manhattan high rise, looking out over the lights, and right? There could be so many setting rooms. What's your Hubbard room look like? In 1966, Timothy Leary conducted a series of experiments with DMT with controlled set and settings. The aim was to see whether DMT, which had been mostly thought of as a terror-inducing drug, could produce pleasant experiences under a supportive set and setting. It was found that it could. Set and setting has also been investigated from a religious perspective. The concept of set and setting has more recently been extended beyond psychedelics. Zinberg sought to integrate the ideas of set and setting into a theory of harm reduction, which examined not only psychedelic use, but also the other drugs such as alcohol, cocaine, and heroin. And more recently, the concept has been used to understand the circumstances of opioid overdoses. Final paragraph. Social support networks. What does he mean by those? Social support networks. Mush fests. giving, providing each other on a low-cost basis, sharing experiences, meeting each other for coffee and hanging out. Many of us live in the same towns as each other. I had a guy who lived in 2 blocks away, 10 blocks away, dropped by my house yesterday. That's called a social support network, you guys. That's what T-Crew is. Social support networks have shown to be particularly important in the outcome of the psychedelic experience. Can you imagine if you didn't know what the hell you were doing and you're out there all by yourself? What do I do next? Oh no. Is this right? It'd be really easy to be a stoned ape, wouldn't it? They are able to control or guide the course of the experience, both consciously and subconsciously. Stress, fear, or a disagreeable material, social, and cultural environment, including situations of racism or discrimination, may result in an unpleasant experience / bad trip. Conversely, a relaxed, curious person in a warm, comfortable, and safe place is more likely to have a pleasant experience. Here's a lengthy quote from Timothy Leary. We're going to close this with this lengthy quote here from Timothy Leary out of his book, The Psychedelic Experience, a manual based on the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Quote, "Of course, the drug does not produce a transcendent experience." Meaning, of course, you don't leave your body. What? I don't? No. Timothy's breaking the news to us. We don't really leave our body. We really, really don't. There's nothing transcendent. We didn't go up. Well, what happened then? Of course, the drug does not produce the transcendent experience. It merely acts as a chemical key. It opens the mind. It frees the nervous system of its ordinary patterns and structures. The nature of the experience depends almost entirely on the set and setting. Set denotes the preparation of the individual, including his personality structure and his mood at the time. Setting is physical, the weather, the room's atmosphere, social, feelings of persons present towards one another, and cultural, prevailing views as to what is real. It is for this reason that manuals or guidebooks are necessary. Their purpose is to enable a person to understand the new realities of the expanded consciousness, to serve as roadmaps for new interior territories which modern science has made accessible. End of quote. It's a great quote. Great quote. Research, the final sentence, back to setting. Research has shown that a curated music playlist, pick your favorite songs, make your playlists. A curated music playlist can be part of a very favorable setting. Set and settings are critical in the design of psychiatric facilities and modalities of psychedelic-assisted psychotherapies, meaning Hubbard rooms are going to become part of the big deal. Hubbard rooms are going to be part of every psychiatric facility from now on. Okay? Good subject? What do you guys think? Skip, I'm not sure what that is. I'll look into it. That's a good subject. We celebrate and we have a good time, but let's not always be fast and loose. You know, I give away major quantities here. I want those quantities to be being used out there in a responsible way. These boxes today, they're half an ounce. I mean, there's a quarter of an ounce of stuff in those. Don't be irresponsible. Pay attention to your set and setting. And more than just you, that's what you should be preaching and teaching to your friends and the people that you're helping experience. Oh, take this and go have a good time. That's not what we teach. That's really not. What we teach is this is a great medicine. This thing can change your life. Let's learn how to use it responsibly together. Saturday, that's good. Don't just give somebody something without telling them what you're giving them. Kimberly, that's great. Always explain set and setting. We had somebody here, it was a mush fest. The setting wasn't working for this person. Freaked out. Had to boop, take off. Next thing you know, half the party's looking for the escaped convict. That's probably a bad setting. What we find out later is it was a bad mindset. It wasn't the setting. The person was in the midst of a bad mindset. And the next thing you know, this thing triggered it and made it even worse. Okay, we're going to do something super goofy. I'm going to pick the first 6 people that are as goofy. You can only answer one time, too, by the way. Okay? All right? Sharon, I always feel bad for you with your pain. I wish there was something more we could do for you. Okay? But I'm going to give you guys a small dad joke. Whoever can answer the dad joke, first 6 people to answer dad joke correctly, we'll move forward to good morning, Big J. I didn't see you, Big J. Big J snuck in the room. How could Big J sneak in the room as big as he is? I don't mean that in a bad way. Big's big, man. He's like commands. How did you sneak in, Biggie? Love you, bro. I'm going to do a dad joke. First 6 people to answer dad joke correctly, move forward to the final spin to win round. Okay? We ready? Here we go. What is an archaeologist's favorite type of music? Go. Archaeologist's favorite music. Only answer once, please. This was pretty easy. Nobody's not got it correct. Okay, wait. Every single one of you got it correct. It's just the first, whoever got it first. Okay. Oh, wow. There we go. Big J sneaks in. All right. Here we go. Actually, the first 6 people to answer were all correct. Nobody didn't get it correct. The answer is alternator. Alternator. What is an archaeologist's favorite type of music? An alternator. Okay, a chartreuse alternator. Okay? No, it's rock. All right, it's rock. Rock and roll. All right, I'm not doing dad jokes tomorrow. That was too easy. But at least 6 of you got a shot now. The first 6, Trevor Slater, the fastest fingers in town. It's either that or he has the fastest server. Okay? Trevor, you're going to get the red one. Niffer Mama. You are way fast. Boop, Nipper Mama on my screen. Okay, the next one on my screen, John Bevins. Johnny the B. Bevins. Johnny B. Bevins, right there. And Nevis. Nevis. No, I'm sorry. New England Visuals. New England. He's all the way up in New England and he's got visuals. New England Visuals. American One. The American One. And then Big J. Big J shows up to the party late. Hasn't been here in a year and a half. And he's number 6. Okay, he's the yellow one. All right. So here we go. Here we go. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. New England Visuals. New England Visuals is going to win this prize package. But real quick before he does, real quick before I show you what you won, real quick, let's slide on in. Happy birthday. You thought you'd get away. Happy birthday. You know we've got to say happy birthday to Liddy Lad Rand. Happy birthday. I wish that we had a band. I want him to know we like him at the show. He's a little lad Rand. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Liddy Lad Rand. I knew Pop Croons could stop in. I knew he'd make it. I just knew it. I knew he would. Happy birthday, Liddy. And for knowing my visuals, let's send you a bunch of banana chips, and let's send you some Mellow Yellows, 50-50 Ghost and freeze-dried bananas ground together, and let's send you some 300 milligrams straight fresh Ghost, and then let's send you some more Ghost that you can do whatever you ghostly feel like. Don't scare anybody with it. So that's for you. Notice I pick stuff up right away because we have a dog here that likes to pick stuff up. So, New England Visuals, if you could get me your address at the Detroit Mush Lab, we'll get that mailed out to you. Okay? I'm having a great time being here, having good friends like you guys. My social, what'd they call us? Were we a social network? No. What were we? We were some kind of an association, social support network. A social support network. That takes a lot of time to say that. Can we just call each other the T Crew? Huh? Give me 5 people that would rather just say T Crew. T Crew. Let's just be a T Crew instead of a social support. A biker gang without bikes. Anthony. We all got vests on and everything. Patches. Right? I'm getting my patch. That's funny. We're a biker gang without the bikes. Okay? We're a mushroom gang with the mushrooms. How's that? You guys, I love you. I hope you have a good time here in the mornings because we sure do. You guys get my day started off in the most kind and beautiful way. Have a beautiful day. We will see you guys here tomorrow. Don't break your fishing rods in 3. If they start out 1, they're really meant to stay 1. Okay? So you guys get out of here. Jesus Christ, you're so creepy. Derek Anderson, Greeny, Anthony, leather coats like long ones. Like, oh man. Derek Anderson, Herbie Von Werby, Kabop, and Big J, and Liddy Ladran, happy birthday. Mushmouth, thank you, bro. I love you, man. Nerdy and Skip, there you are. Happy Hangout Gang. And Onyx, my social mitochondria. Jesus Christ, you are not a mole, no matter what, bro. Never. I'm always picking up on you. Ibn Pop says, your birthday song. Happy birthday to Ibn. I didn't know. Happy birthday. I didn't even know it was your birthday. But Ibn, now I know. Happy Ibn birthday. Bring it to the show. Happy Ibn birthday. Boop. Jesus Christ, and Jolie and Greenie and Hanky Turbs and Satter. Ew, Sadie. Ew. Mike and Justin and Paigey and Eben and Anna and Blinky Blanky and Paige, there you are, and Streety, love you, bro. And Eben and CCS and Mike Barry Ball and CCS. You know what you do with those fishing rods. You know how to use them. Carrie and Herbie and Billy D and Mike Barry Ball. Pops Peace. Love each other. Spread kindness like it's a tsunami. Ouch.